everybody, this is Kim.
And this is Jess. And sorry, the airplane going into your head is annoying me.
It's like that in every video.
I know.
Which
There's a lot of planes that have flown in and out of that thing.
I was thinking before I came down that we should have did this outside. Is it hot?
I think it's 97.
Oh, but it's probably windy. Well, this is Kim.
And this is Jess.
And we are the girls from Iwannabedifferent, and we are here to discuss our
weekend.
Yes. Did you have a good one?
I did.
I don't know if it's good or bad anymore. I think
think
it's just that we made it through. And we're still here, we're existing, and
had a
things
pretty good
just
one.
happened. That's good. That's good. When it's good, it's good.
Yeah, when it's good, it's good.
Mm-hmm. You have anything to say about your hair? Because usually you motivate me Monday.
You need me to say something?
No, I don't. You just do like, oh, this
It's my 80s hair today.
It's cute.
I got my 80s
Earrings and all that. Yeah.
Going 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that was good. Good season.
It really was. How old were you?
Like to, but
That's what I'm
no, I
thinking
wasn't.
here.
Whatever. Okay, so Saturday, Joel played softball in the morning, so I had the kids, but it was nice. It was a good time. I think that the kids and I, well, we didn't do anything because that's just crazy to try to get out with like 2 kids by yourself. Some moms are good at
to
it.
the park and just kill the hours before bedtime. That's what you do. I'm saying. Seriously, you find stuff to do and the day goes by faster and the next thing you know you're like, okay, time for bath. You had a plan. So
I see how you work. But yeah, it was in the morning. So then we were planned to go and do swimming in the afternoon at Joel. His aunt and uncle have a place out in St. Peter's, and so they have a really nice pool. So we were able to enjoy the fruits of their labor, because that is.
I know, that's right.
When they done fronted the money, it's a lot easier to enjoy.
They have a built-in.
Terry and Lisa.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, we got to give shouts out too later.
Yeah.
You remember?
I don't. But yes, we will do that.
We are not on the same page today.
Are we ever?
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, but they have a built-in pool.
Yeah,
Very
it's an
nice.
in-ground, and it's
That's
a saltwater pool, so it's not like that chlorine stuff. And
oh, okay.
Oh, it's just amazing. And we found out that, not surprisingly, that my son is a fish.
Nice.
He's just not afraid. He wanted me to just let him go. He's 2, and he just wanted me to be like, just drop him in the water. He would have drowned, but he didn't care. So, but they had the kids had a lot of fun. They got worn out. Mm-hmm. And so that was a good family time. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday we went to church, and that's about it. I mean, I think that there's some things, if I had to go to the God moments in my weekend, I would say there's some things that I'm dealing with in frustration in life in general, don't we all? And so I was just dealing with some frustration and had to decide that I was going to just go do this thing, even though I was like, it really wasn't my thing, and I wasn't supposed to be here. Somebody else was supposed to do this, but I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to, God, just tell me when to speak and when not to, and what to say when, and so.
You just got your big girl pants on, huh?
Yeah, I kind of got to do that.
That's good.
It's not always, it's not always easy, and it's not always what we prefer, but, just because you're godly doesn't mean that you don't get frustrated or hurt or angry, and it doesn't mean that you're like this horrible person or this sinner. If somebody offends you or whatever, I mean, it's like...
That's true. You're sounding like Paul now when he was talking in the Bible.
Yeah. We'll
you're all just sinners. You killed Christ. Your forefathers did it.
Actually, I think I said that earlier, but...
I understand. Yeah. No, that's good. It's always comforting as a believer to know that we have a flesh side. I don't think people realize that, especially Christians, because we're so used to being in the Word and people saying we got to walk this out and this is how it should look. And most of the time you don't hear people say in the middle of that, you're going to have a bad day in the middle of you trying to put one foot in front of the other,
and you're
to
not,
walk it out
it's not
for
always
Christ.
going to be pretty, and it's not always going to be easy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it was good, though. It was a good weekend. So, How
So
was
did
yours?
you guys finally get air?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, our air conditioner, there's something wrong with it.
Okay.
So we're just having to wait. It's not bad enough that, we have to do something right this moment, but we're going to have to do something about it.
Well, that's good because it was hot.
It was hot, yeah.
I mean, like, the humidity was like, you know what? I
Insane,
don't even
wasn't
know
it?
what I am.
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
was like,
there. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
My weekend was, I had a few struggles. Well, Saturday, I did different hours from home. Everybody knows that I'm working from home on the weekends, but I did the 12 to 10 p.m. shift.
Oh, yeah.
12 to 10. So, but over like Friday, I kind of felt like the hormones coming on because I think my girlfriend was getting ready to show up, and that's one of the things that I had. I don't have my phone today, and I usually put everything in my phone about my weekend. So I'm kind of remembering step by step here, but that was one of the things I do remember that I wanted to remind the listeners and myself is that we have to keep reminding ourselves, okay, when the monthly is coming, and what type of things begin to happen in our bodies, in our minds, the thoughts and things like that. Because I started to feel this. It was like I start to feel like a total transformation in my emotions. Like I feel myself going through it. I don't know. And then it's like a huge wet blanket that just starts to fall over my head and tries to, and I don't know if it's like, now that I'm paying attention to it, that I realize that this is happening now.
Have you found anything that helps?
The only thing that really helps is me reminding myself of what it is and what I need to do to combat it, which is basically the Word of God. And then encouraging myself and talking to myself, saying, you know what, I am not going there.
Yeah, I found one day I was getting real, and I don't know if it was my, like, who knows? Like, I do track myself somewhat, but I'm not like, but there's just some days you have an off day, and I was like really just feeling like that, like real like annoyed, and I could just feel it. Like you're right, you're just, when you're cognizant of it, you're like, okay, I just got a bad attitude right now. So I listened to worship music all day.
That's good. That's good, y'all.
So seriously. It just, and I found that by the end of the day, I was better.
Yep.
But just trying to figure out what maybe works.
Exactly. Figuring out what works and realizing that this is going to happen. And we have to determine, I think, within ourselves that we are going to combat it. We can't just say, well, this is my PMS time and this is what happens.
And it's going to overtake me.
Exactly. We have to say, no, this is not, I'm not going to do this. Because I did have to do some practical things. I felt irritable, and then I think it was on Friday night, I kind of stayed to myself, which was fine. My husband was in his, his recliner, and the girls were just in and out of, just doing their thing. But I kind of stayed to myself. I did some reading. And that was fine. I needed that. Yeah. And I felt myself having moments where I said, God, you know what? I'm really feeling like I'm going to blow up in this situation. I need for you to help me here. Just like, even if it was a conversation with my daughter, because my daughter, her cycle is like around the same time as mine. Oh, gosh. And somebody going to die. Yeah. And it ain't going to be me. But the thing is that we're trying to work through that. Yeah. And I encourage parents.
Why did we do that?
I know. I encourage parents, mothers, talk to your daughters. And that's one thing I wanted to, bring
maybe
across
you both
today.
Need to go on sober.
Either that, but just, I talked to my daughter and let her know what's going on with her body. Yeah. Now, I didn't have a lot of that growing up, and I had to figure out life on my own and in my 20s and why I was so stinking crazy. Seriously. When I look back on it, I was like, yeah, I was crazy. I was lost. But I make sure now I talk to my daughter, I communicate with her and let her know that this stuff can happen, this stuff as far as the hormonal change, you can feel the switch going off. And it can happen as far back as like 2 weeks prior to the actual time you start feeling your body going through these things. So I communicate with her. And, I have to pray with her, and I'll tell her, you know what, I believe that it's your time, and this is probably what's happening, and you have a bad attitude right now. And I'll tell her, you know what, don't make this hard for both of us, because it's a challenge for me as well. There are things going on in my body as well, but I think the important thing, the one thing I wanted to get across, is that we have to communicate to our daughters, our teenagers, and let them know what's going on. Like I said, I didn't have that, and I had to figure it out, but I do want to make sure that my daughter gets that. But, you know, the weekend, it continued on. Everybody in my house lived, and my husband got up Saturday, and I really appreciated him for this. He took Liberty to a birthday party because I had to work, and that's not his thing. That's why it's really huge. He's not the one that, you know, he wants to take the kids without me. Especially, it was a place that I don't think he really knew all the people like I did.
Was it
it was mainly people.
Photos of?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a bounce house place? Yeah.
It was mainly people in our daycare. And so, I mean, I'm the one that mainly interacts with the people.
Did he get her ready too?
No, I got her ready.
Okay.
I got up and I got her ready.
Double kudos for that. But.
Yes, he did a great job. But all day long, I mean, but that weekend, even like that night, it's amazing how when that time is coming up, how I know, Jess, the enemy makes me think that my husband is the worst person in the history. I mean, he brings all of these thoughts seriously. That's my struggle. And my husband isn't. He's an amazing man. He really is. But he just brings the suggestions of, well, he didn't do this, and he didn't say that. He didn't communicate with you here.
All those critiques that are so easy.
Yes, where I can just like, ugh. But I found myself, like you said earlier, I had to work harder at not reacting to the suggestions that came from the enemy. Because like Saturday night, I was getting ready to get off work at home, and I get up early for church, you know, to get to church, and I go with the girls, and my husband doesn't go to church on Sundays with us. And I get up early with the girls, and sometimes I'm looking for his help already in advance. Like I want him to do it without me saying anything, like get the girls to bed, do this, that, or the other. And I was just really edgy. And so therefore, when he would communicate with me, I wouldn't say a lot. I just say, okay, thanks. Because I didn't want myself to, you know, that's how I maintain. You got to do this stuff on purpose. So he came to me late Saturday night, and he told me he was getting ready to go and make a run. And so I really wanted to get upset, because I was like, man, I could really use help with getting the girls to bed. Then after I log off, I can go ahead and jump in the shower. My clothes are together, and, you know, because I want your help with this before I say something. And so I sat there and I said, okay, that's fine. You know, because sometimes we have to answer like this because we don't want to say the wrong thing. And so that was my tone. And so I didn't say what I wanted to say. So he left. But the thing is that I did good. And I just want to say, thank you, God.
You did good.
Yeah, I did good in that, because, you know, I on purpose wanted to win it.
And God gave you the grace to do it and get through it.
Because I wouldn't have been able to without God's grace.
I'm telling you, yeah.
That's the thing. All
when
weekend,
you ask for His help in that, somehow you find that you did it, and it wasn't that hard.
Nope.
Yeah.
All weekend, I had to
catch yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did, and especially when do you want to stop? Okay, because I was girl. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was it. So that you know, we had our struggles. But like we say, we made it through. And like Jess said, I love that God gave you the grace to do it, people. We cannot do it without God. I know I can't. So,
me neither.
Yeah.
Two here.
So we thank you for listening to our Motivate Me Monday video, which we hope encourages you and inspires you to want to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check us out
on Facebook. Instagram, or
you and shout out to I'm sorry.
Okay, go.
Shout out to Lucas. We're just giving a shout out to people that, you know, encourage us and let us know that they're watching the videos, and that's right. And Trisha as well. Hi Trisha, and my girl at Major Lynn, and I think that was it.
Okay. That's good, because. Okay, so check us out on Facebook. You can also subscribe on YouTube. We would love it if you would. And we will post to Instagram. We'll post and link in the profile. So be sure to check it out. We'll talk to you next week. And Kim is going to be quiet until then. All right. Bye. Say bye. Say bye.